The Golden State Warriors are alive and kicking after a heart-pounding 126-121 comeback win over the LA Clippers. Draymond Green proved his worth with elite defensive intensity, effectively silencing Kawhi Leonard when it mattered most, while Steve Kerr displayed the ultimate trust in his veteran core to secure this vital victory. It was a statement win that keeps their championship dreams on life support as they prepare for a high-stakes showdown against the Phoenix Suns.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Stephen Curry officially settled the debate on whether he should have rested his knee, delivering a legendary 35-point masterclass to dismantle the Clippers. Despite a shaky start, Curry exploded in the second half, proving that his competitive fire is still burning brighter than ever in the face of his critics. It was a vintage performance that reminded the entire league why you can never count out the greatest shooter of all time. The basketball world is buzzing as peers and teammates react in awe to Stephen Curry's clutch performance. Stars like Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford are speaking out, describing firsthand just how impossible it is to guard the four-time champion when he finds his rhythm. Even after missing significant time, Curry has reminded everyone that he remains the most special player on the court whenever the lights are at their brightest. This victory was about more than just a game. It was a defiant display of will from a team that refuses to let their era end quietly. Coach Steve Kerr and Draymond Green are embracing the finality of their journey together, pushing for one last run as they head to Phoenix with their eyes on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a second of the action. Ever wonder what the difference is between a team that's falling apart and one that's just finding its rhythm? Wednesday night in the play-in tournament gave us a masterclass in that exact dynamic. The Golden State Warriors are officially staying alive after a gritty 126-121 comeback win over the Clippers, and now all eyes turn to Phoenix for a Friday showdown that determines who gets a date with the Thunder. We know Steph Curry is the engine, but let's look under the hood at the real story of this game. First off, give Steve Kerr his flowers. Back in February, a lot of us, myself included, were ready to bench Draymond Green. He was struggling, his energy looked off, and the criticism was loud. But Kerr didn't flinch. He kept starting Draymond, kept trusting him, and on Wednesday that faith paid off in spades. 4 steals, including 2 in the final minute that effectively slammed the door on Kawhi Leonard. When the lights were brightest, Green silenced every doubter. On the flip side, we have the Clippers, and frankly, they're in a tough spot. They're stuck in this limbo of aging stars and zero draft capital. If you look at their future, it's bleak. The Thunder own their pick swaps, and they're essentially locked into this roster with no clear path to get younger or better. This loss isn't just a stumble. It's a sign that the clock is ticking loudly in LA. But let's talk about a bright spot. Kristaps Porzingis. The man showed up when it mattered, dropping 20 points and proving that his chemistry with Curry is only going to get scarier. His free agent stock just went through the roof. And keep your eyes on Santos. That contract extension looks like the steal of the century now, scoring 20 points in a high-stakes environment. He's arriving, and he's doing it ahead of schedule. As for the Thunder, they're the real silent winners here. With the Clippers crashing out, OKC is sitting on a lottery pick that could either net them another star or be the ultimate trade chip for a superstar move later. The landscape of the West just shifted, and the next few days are going to be wild. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our preview of the Warriors-Suns clash. Until then, ask yourself, is loyalty to veteran players a championship strategy, or is it just holding on to the past? Ever wondered what it looks like when a legend decides to silence his critics with pure, unadulterated brilliance? If you were one of the many Warriors fans screaming for Steph Curry to sit the rest of the season out, Wednesday night was his direct, high-definition response to you. Forget the medical reports and the age-related skepticism. This wasn't just a win. It was a masterclass in defiance. After missing 65 days with a nagging knee injury, Curry stepped back onto the hardwood at the Intuit Dome, and honestly, he didn't just look recovered, he looked divine. We saw a shaky start, just 8 points in the first half, but then came the pivot. Steph erupted for 27 points in the second half, dismantling the Clippers' defensive schemes like they were paper tigers. Coach Steve Kerr was visibly fired up after the game, and you can't blame him. He wasn't just defending his star, he was pointing out the obvious. When you have a player like Steph, you don't save him for a hypothetical future. You let him play because this is exactly what he does. It wasn't just a one-man show, though. With gooey Santos and Kristaps Porzingis chipping in 20 apiece and Draymond Green turning into a defensive nightmare for Kawhi Leonard, the team found a rhythm that felt almost poetic. But let's be real. The heart of this victory was Steph's relentless belief. Even when his shots weren't falling early on, he kept pushing. As Draymond said, when the head of the snake is locked in like that, no one else is allowed to quit. That third quarter, that was the turning point. That was the moment Golden State stopped hoping for a win and started taking it. Now, the Warriors are heading to Phoenix for a do-or-die play-in game, and the narrative has shifted completely. The questions about rest and recovery, they've been replaced by the roar of a team that refuses to go home early. Was it risky? Maybe. Was it worth it? Absolutely. If this game taught us anything, it's that you never bet against a legend who still has something to prove. If you're loving this deep dive into the Dubs' wild season, hit that subscribe button and head over to the Dubs Talk podcast for the full breakdown. At the end of the day, greatness isn't measured by how many games you play, but by what you do when the world tells you to sit down. Ever wonder what it looks like when a legend decides to stop time? Wednesday night, Stephen Curry turned the NBA play-in tournament into his personal highlight reel, erasing a 13-point fourth-quarter deficit against the Clippers to keep Golden State's season breathing. If you thought Steph was just going to fade away after that nagging knee injury, you clearly haven't been paying attention to his DNA. He dropped 11 of his 35 points in the final 9 minutes, capped off by a dagger three that effectively put the Clippers to bed. It wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Even his teammates, who see this wizardry on a daily basis, were left speechless. Kristaps Porzingis, who once had to deal with the headache of guarding Curry, admitted he's just relieved to be on the right side of the madness now. Al Horford, a veteran who battled Steph in the 2022 finals, echoed the sentiment, noting that he still catches himself just watching in awe like a fan. It really speaks volumes when elite competitors turn into spectators, because they're witnessing greatness in real time. Steve Kerr didn't mince words post-game, essentially telling the critics who wanted Steph to shut it down for the season to take a long look at the scoreboard. Draymond Green added that most stars in Steph's position, returning to a team that had slid down the standings, would have packed it in and started planning for next year. But that's not the mentality of a generational icon. As the NBA world reacts, the consensus remains the same. Whether it's the clutch shooting or the pure gravitational pull he has on a defense, Steph Curry remains a singular force of nature. Now, the road only gets tougher, with a massive showdown against the Phoenix Suns looming on Friday. The winner moves on to face the Thunder, and if we've learned anything from this week, you never bet against number 30 when his back is against the wall. Do you think the Warriors have enough gas in the tank to make a deep run, or is this the final act of an aging dynasty? Drop a comment below with your take, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay locked in for every twist and turn of this postseason run. After all, you don't want to miss what happens next. If anyone told you the Golden State Warriors were just playing for draft lottery odds, they clearly haven't been watching Steph Curry. Take a look at the final moments of their 126-121 play-in victory over the Clippers, and you'll see the truth. This team is still obsessed with winning. When the final buzzer sounded, Draymond Green and Steve Kerr shared an embrace that lasted a little too long, and Steph Curry was busy soaking in the crowd after a dagger shot that essentially sealed their postseason survival. It wasn't just a game, it was a statement. After missing 2 months with a knee injury, the critics were loud. They wanted Steph to shut it down, protect his body, and prioritize a high draft pick. But as Steve Kerr put it perfectly, this is exactly why Steph came back. If he can compete, he is going to compete. We're talking about 35 points, with 27 of them coming in a scorching second-half performance that reminded us why this trio, Curry, Green, and Kerr, has 4 rings to their name. It was vintage, it was emotional, and it was a reminder of their shared basketball mortality. With the dynasty aging and the future uncertain, every game feels like it could be the last time we see this specific group on the big stage. Kerr has been vocal about the team's fading reality, and Curry has admitted to adjusting to a new physical normal. But for one night, the noise stopped, the injuries faded, and the Warriors looked like champions again. Whether they win or lose on Friday in Phoenix, Curry proved tonight that as long as he is on that hardwood, the Warriors aren't going down without a fight. Are we witnessing the final embers of an all-time great run? Or does this team have one last miracle left in the tank? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the NBA. And remember, never count out the greatest shooter of all time.